Hello everyone, my name is Vikram, and in this chapter we would be studying about circles, where we would be covering three basic topics regarding that. The first one is locus that we would be talking, and the other two are concentric circle and congruent arc. So what basically circle is? Circle is basically a round plane whose boundary consists of a point equidistant from a fixed point, where the boundary is called the circumference and the fixed point is called the center of the circle. So now starting with the very first topic, that is locus. What basically the locus is? Locus is a path that consists of a set of points whose location is governed by some set of rules. Or in other words, we can define it, the set of points that satisfy some property is often called the locus of the point satisfying this property. So you can see the different curves that are being craved on the right hand side. In each curve is an example of a locus defined as a conchoid of a point P and the line L. In this example, P is of 8 cm from L. Now, what is the locus of a circle? The definition of a locus of a circle of a point is a given distance from a given point in a two-dimensional plane. The given distance is called the radius, and the given point is termed to be the center of a circle. In the entire curve, the distance of all the points from a given fixed point, that is the center, always remains the same, so the every set of point on a given plane will remain the constant. Here O is the center of a circle and P is a point on a circle. So for defining a loci, if P moves around any of the path around a curve, the distance would be the same from the center. That is, the radius along the whole path will remain the same. Starting with the second subtopic, that is concentric circle. What basically concentric circle is? Concentric circles means all the circles that are embedded around each other and they are having the same centers. So we can simply call it the circles that have same centers. They fit inside each other with a common centers, that is, the center for all of them would remain the same. In the real geometry, two or more objects are said to be concentric, coaxial, or coaxial when they share the same center or the same axis with each other. All the above figures that you can see are having the same center and are termed as the examples for concentric circle. They all can be seen resizing among themselves by sharing the common centers with each other. Basically, the region between the two circles that are concentric of different radii is termed to be the annulus of that circle. Now, the most important thing is the equation of a circle. Definitely, for solving any problems in circle or for defining a circle that are concentric with each other, what we require is the center, or what we require is the equation of the circle. To define any of the circle, what is its radius, what is its coordinates, we all require is the center and a radius. So for defining that, we basically need is the equation of that circle. So here we would be studying about what is the equation of a circle and how we basically defined it. Let us see the equation of a circle with the center g minus g comma minus f, and the radius is under root of g square plus f square minus c. So the equation can be is defined as x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equals to 0. Therefore, the equation of a circle concentric with the other circle will be x square plus 2 plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c dash is equals to 0. It has been observed that both the equation have same center, that is minus g comma minus f, but they have a different radii. One is having a radii of c and other is having a radii of c dash, and both are unequal to each other. C and c dash are unequal. Similarly, we can define it for a circle having center h comma k and the radius is equals to r. Then the equation becomes x minus h of whole square plus y minus k of whole square is equals to r square. Therefore, the equation for a circle that is concentric with the circle is x minus h of whole square plus y minus k of whole square is equals to r1 square, where r is not equal to r1. By assigning different values to the radius in the above equation, we can get the family of circles that are concentric with each other. So that's all about a concentric circle. Now in the third description of a topic we would be covering is congruent arc. What basically word congruent suggests? Congruent simply means equal in size and shape. Means if two circles are having equal size of length, equal size of radius, equal size of arcs amongst themselves, then they are termed to be the congruent circles. You can simply read it out. If two circles having congruent radii, then they are congruent circle. If two arcs are both equal in measure and they are segment of congruent circles, then they are called congruent arcs. The first way, if two arcs are congruent, then the two central angles that intercept them are congruent. The second way is, if two central angles are congruent, then the arc they intercept are congruent. So from a given figure on a right hand side, you can see there that OA of a first circle is equals to OA dash of another circle. OB radius of a first circle is equals to OB dash radius of other circle. Also the arc AB is equals to arc AB dash. So the both circles are congruent to each other and they satisfy the property of congruency. Let's take another example. You can see the figure on the right hand side. There is a two triangles which are embedded inside them. If two central angles of a circle or of a congruent circles are congruent, then their intercept arcs are congruent. In simple English, if central angles are congruent, then the central arcs would be also congruent. So, for satisfying the property of a congruency, they must be equal in size, length, radius and in arcs. Thus, in the given figure, for a congruency of an arc, for arc to be a congruent, angle WMX should be congruent to angle angle YMZ, then only WX would be congruent with ZY arc. So that's all about a congruent arc. Now we would be talking about the practical relevance of a circle. What is the daily use of studying? What is the basic concept that we use in circles for our daily life? So there are basically many examples where we use circles. So out of which three common examples that we use are, the very first is for RF transmission. It is a method of using circle to define the position of an object instead of XY coordinates. So basically we use circles for defining the position of an object in the RF transmission, for basically RF transmitters. The construction of a tunnel are closely related to the circle. As we can see, tunnels are usually cylindrical in form. This is because tunnels are usually built underground or built through the enormous mountain, and it must be able to withstand the great amount of weight pressure upon it. So basically for the construction of a tunnel, we use circles. They are usually in the cylindrical form. So the radii that we require is generally generated with the help of circles only. Also, the property of a circle are widely used in the construction of a building and houses. Secondly, it is used in the measurement with the help of ruler in creating maps. Thirdly, the circles are very important in making the building designs as well. So, we also use them for construction of a building. For any design purposes, yes, we use circles. That's all about the circles. Thank you and have a nice day.